Alright, so what I want to do is produce a chain of bullets that maybe come out of this. And this is getting into a lot of detail for this, I know, but it gives you a lot of good examples. So feel free to, use as much detail as you want, but this is just examples. You don't have to put this much into it. I want you to, though. I want you to get as detailed as possible, but I want you to get the hang of it also without stressing yourself out and beating your head against your desk. So in here, what I'm going to do is produce a bullet. Okay, so what's a bullet? Well, a bullet's just a fancy cylinder, right? So if I take this face and extrude it once, and then go mesh smooth, I get a cylinder. Okay, that's good. Now if I scale this out a little bit and take these faces and extrude them and maybe bring them to a point by scaling it, I get a crayon. And if I extrude if I take the vertices of these and scale them into a really sharp point, it all depends what kind of round you're making, 50 cal or whatever. Then I'm going to insert an edge loop here, and 3 on the keyboard will produce this needle bullet. Wouldn't want to get hit by that. And just to kind of hit it off here, let's take these faces. And bullets always have this little butt. So what I'm going to do is extrude this once and show you a little trick here. So what I'm going to do is grab an edge and go Control right click, Edge Ring Utilities, 2 edge ring. Then Control right click, 2 faces, 2 faces. Now that is a lot faster than trying to highlight all the faces around. So I'm going to extrude all these faces at once, and I'm just going to pull that out just a little bit. Okay, and 3 on the keyboard will yield this. Insert an edge loop here. And probably insert an edge loop here. So there we go. I mean, I can look at a reference to a 50 caliber bullet, but I'm just gonna say that's pretty good for not looking. And this I'm going to grab the edges around. It's just easier. And see how the edges don't even exist. That's why I'm having such a hard time modeling in 3, because modeling in 3, none of that stuff exists. So I'm just kind of doing that, making this a little bit more round. There we go. Okay, so big objects to small objects. Well, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to duplicate this. And what I want to do here is also, there are these things that hold the bullets together. I'm not sure what they look like, but I'm just going to use my imagination here. Keep in mind there's no polygon limit on this assignment, so you might as well use that to your advantage. So this is what I'm going to say, that something that resembles this might be kind of cool. And I'm going to put some of those on the bottom side too. Okay, good. Now I could never pull this form to this form. That's impossible. Okay, it wouldn't look good. So rather than that, I would have these many objects. So I'm going to mesh combine these objects. Oops. I also have to brace these objects. So I'm just going to brace one and then duplicate it over and over again. So I'm going to take this one, duplicate it, put it here, take these two, duplicate them, put them down here. Just like that. Okay, then I'm going to combine it. And now you get this as a low poly, and this is a high poly. Okay. Alright, what now? Well, I can go edit, duplicate with transform, and then move this just a little bit this way. Notice the pivot point's way over here, so I should have centered pivot first, but that's okay. Just going to kind of wing it. Then let go, and then hit G on the keyboard, and it's going to produce a whole bunch of these bullets. Okay, sweet. Got a chain of bullets. Okay, let's mesh combine all those bullets. Whoops. Take all these, mesh combine. Then I'm just going to shrink them down a little bit. Shrink. Now you're getting into incredible amounts of detail here. But you can see that, you know, you can make objects that are big and then shrink them small and then use them to your advantage. And this leads into my next topic, is some of the deforms that you can use to produce even cooler stuff, like how do I make these bullets bend? Okay, so I'm just positioning these in the correct spot, just like that. And in the next video, I'm going to add a little bit of bend to these, so it looks like they just flow right down. Alright, so meet me there.